Front Neck Cycle here with another video. Today we're going to talk about how to properly use your U-lock and cable lock. The unfortunate reality of riding your bike in most cities is that bike theft is a big problem. Certainly in Kingston we do suffer from that. As well as the complete bike, parts are also stolen. Wheels and seats are a common item that is stolen. So showing you today how to properly lock your bike if you don't already have a method like a pinhead or a student special securing your wheels. I'll show you with a cable and a U-lock how to effectively lock your bike. So here we have a cable that just has two looped ends, and the way that we want to use that is just pass one loop through the other, and then with our U-lock is essentially going to be a big padlock that we slip on like so. And then at the back wheel here, we don't need to go around frame and wheel. Of course we can, but in order to lock the rear wheel and the frame, all we have to do is lock the rear wheel somewhere within this triangle of the frame along this part of the wheel here. So for example, if I lock like so, the wheel is secure and the frame is secure. The reason we do this is to give you a little bit more maneuverability on the other side to make it easier for you to use your lock. And that's locking your front and your rear wheel as well as your frame. So we've shown you an example of how to use a U-lock and a cable lock effectively to secure your wheels and your frame. While we're here on campus, we thought we'd show you a few examples of locking jobs done correctly and locking jobs that are not so correct. For example, here we have a bike that has a quick release front wheel, a quick release seat, and obviously the rest of the bike. They've used a cable lock, which is something we strongly advise against using as your sole option for locking. Cable locks are often between 8 and 12 millimeters thick for the braided cable, which is very quick and easy to get through with a decent pair of cutters. Thieves love these because they know that they can cut and go in under 5 seconds. So we strongly advise, if you are going to use a cable lock, use it in tandem with a stronger U or thicker chain type lock. And for example here, they've only locked their frame. It would be very easy to lock the front wheel there with it. And more importantly, the rear wheel is also not locked. It isn't a quick release. Thieves do carry wrenches, so we would kind of give this a failing grade for a lock job. It would be very easy for a thief to steal. So here we have an example of an A+ locking job for this bike. We'll go over the 3 main points of this bike that make it such a secure lock job. First of all, the level of lock that they've used here, the Evolution series from Kryptonite, is a very strong lock, very hard steel, a difficult lock to pick. So the U-lock itself is very secure. The other thing about this U-lock is it is a nice small one. The smaller and more compact the U-lock you use, the more difficult it will be for a thief to use a tool to open it. Secondly, you might not be able to tell from there, but we'll get close up. The wheels are, instead of a student or a commuter special, which we've talked about in another video, this bike is using the pinhead system. The pinhead system is the next level of security for your wheels, and essentially it means that the owner of this bike is the only one with the tool to open it. So a thief will come to this and they won't be able to get this wheel off. Lastly, and the other point that I want to touch on, is that this bike is registered and protected by the Project 529 sticker there. You might say, okay, well, what does a sticker do? You have to remember that thieves are aware of the security measures people take to protect their bike. If they see that a bike is registered, it is an extra indication that this person will be a bit more tenacious about finding their bike if it's stolen, and B, that it is actually registered. A lot of people don't know their serial number or the make or model of the bike. Clearly this person does. This concludes our video on how to lock your bike. We've shown you some examples of a poorly locked bike, how we would recommend people lock their bike, and an A+, very secure locked bike with the Project 529, the pinheads, and a good solid U-lock. So if you have any comments, please type them in down below. or call us at the shop if you have any questions.
All right, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to hammer that like button and subscribe because we've got more coming to you. Thank you very much.